Okie dokes. Good morning, everyone. Well, technically it's the afternoon. Today is July the 31st, and yeah, I'm just gonna continue drawing as usual. I'm gonna take my hat off because I don't want my hat to get in the way. Cool. So I have been drawing, I think, 6 portraits now already. This was from yesterday. Oh, these 2 was from yesterday. Yesterday I got 2 people booked in. Yeah, which is pretty surprising. It looks decent. Like, it's better than my first 2 that I ever done, I think. Yeah. Usually for live portraits, I always tell my clients or my friends that don't get your hopes too high. Like, I'm not a camera. So it's definitely gonna look a little bit off, but you know, please don't please don't unfriend me. Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, today we're gonna draw her, I guess. Him, sorry. Okay. I think a lot of my Pinterest board, the people that I saved, I've already drew them, which is pretty surprising because I've never been so consistent in my life ever. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think like YouTube or you guys, the community definitely helps keeping me accountable as well. Yeah, it's just cool. I never thought about it. And what else has happened? Oh, okay, so my last sitting down video, not my live portrait videos. My last sitting down video, if you notice, there was a plant here, right? That plant, one of my friends that came here for a live portrait drawing, she gave me the plant. And then, you know, a couple days ago, it was pretty humid, and I know that plants, they like humidity. So I left it outside. And then, just like a couple of hours later, my whole vase, like the whole pot and the plant, it was just like an animal was trying to eat it. I can guarantee an animal was trying to eat it because the pots, it was like it was flipped over, and then like the dirt inside was also like kind of dug in, and I'm like, what the heck? Did someone just, you know, went out the balcony and accidentally bumped into it, or what? And then I realized I think it's an animal that did it, which is pretty unfortunate because the plant is dead. Yeah. Man, oh man, I'm so sorry. Like, I really didn't want this to happen. Yeah, honestly, I really like plants. I'm a huge plant person. I was a huge plant person. Right now, I'm a moderate plant person. Yeah, during the pandemic, during that whole plant rave, I was in it, man. I was really, really enjoying plants. I was like, I had 50 plants in my home. And yeah, like there was a period that I didn't have that many before, and then there was a period that I was just cleaning their leaves every single day. Like, that's my morning routine, cleaning their leaves. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, oh, and then like also during the plant rave and everything, like all the plants, they were so expensive. Like everything was so expensive. And then, yeah, and I also made a terrarium, like an IKEA cabinet terrarium that I used the glue seal and whatever to seal the edges, and then, you know, I put moss around the side of the terrarium, and then some exotic plants inside the terrarium. Made sure I kind of water them or spray them kind of like once a day or once every couple days, so the humidity is there. And I initially wanted to like make a fish tank at the bottom to like seal it properly and, you know, have some frogs in there. But I'm like, oh, this is way too much work. Or also like an automatic humidifier kind of. Like each day it will kind of spray some water and stuff like that, so I don't have to spray it myself. But yeah, it was a lot. And inside right now I do have isopods, like springtails, kind of those beneficial bugs that I put inside, so when my leaves die, it doesn't have mold inside. Yeah, I think they're still alive. I'm probably sure, because like a lot of my plants inside died because I haven't been really taking care of them, but inside it still looks fine. Yeah, so I was really into plants back then. And I find my hobbies just jump around like really often. A lot of the times it's like I really like to make things. Like for example, I really like to make the cabinet thing. If in the future I have opportunities to make more cabinets, to buy, more mosses, more stuff, I would definitely do that. I would definitely like make fish tanks and then make those terrariums. Yeah, I can see myself doing that. Yeah, and there was a period of time I'm interested into customizing sneakers. So I was customizing Air Force Ones. And yeah, my first pair was a SpongeBob pair that, I think my first two pair was a SpongeBob pair, but my first pair was like, okay. It was still nice, but my second pair was even better. And then like from there, I really wanted to like do customizing sneakers. However, the market, there was a time that Air Force Ones was all gone, all sold out. And then I just cannot find it anywhere. And I was kind of frustrated, like, I'm like, fuck this. Why do I have to wait for a brand to release their Air Force One, just like plain white Air Forces? I guess like back then, if I do had more money, I would probably buy like a whole sewing machine to make my own shoes. Yeah, because I just feel like as creators, I'm focusing on this way too much. I shouldn't do that. But like a lot of the times when I talk, I just kind of get lost into the conversation or into what I'm talking about, and I just get lost in the details, and I shouldn't do that, yes. So I have to constantly remind myself to look at the bigger picture. But yes, anyway, where was I? Yeah, like back then, if I did have more money, I would definitely buy a whole sewing machine. And I feel like as creators, I just really, like, I don't know. I feel like you can make anything. You can literally make anything out of your hands. Like, if you're unsatisfied about something, change it. The world is literally in your hands. Like, if you find a pair of jeans that doesn't fit you, or if you find, like, this is not what you want, like, as creators, you can just recreate it or, like, do it yourself. This is the beauty of it, I think. And I feel like right now, in this day and age, we're so reliant on the market giving us ready-to-made stuff, you know what I mean? As in, like, we're so spoiled in a sense. Like, I'll give you an example. There was one time, a long time ago, I was helping a customer, and then he came in the store, and then he asked if we had kids' shoelaces, because his kid shoelace was a little bit big. And then I'm like, technically you can just cut it, right? Technically you can just cut it and kind of burn the edges and stuff like that. Like, you can literally do it yourself. And then he realized, he didn't even realize that. He was like, oh, true. And then, like, after this conversation, I realized, like, everyone right now, we're so spoiled by capitalism, I guess. By the market, by the world. Like, everything is already there that we just kind of buy. It's available. And, back in the days, especially like either underdeveloped countries or developing countries, they have to make their own things. Like if something doesn't work, they have to find a creative way to make it work. And I find that really special because I think right now we kind of lose the creative ability to use what we have and create something out of it. Oh, his mouth is really hard. Okay. Yeah, so I just find that pretty interesting, and I think like if you keep a sharper mind, not just get fooled by consumerism or I don't know all these terms. I'm so sorry. Like I'm not here to to preach, but yeah, just like keep an open eye on the stuff that the markets want you to buy. Kind of question that, like, hey, do you actually need to buy this, or can you actually make something out of it, or like find another creative way to make it, because there's got to be another way. Either like you make it yourself at home, like there's got to be another way. Another thing that gives me a huge heart attack is the eraser. So these kneadable erasers, when they when they fall on the ground, it just sticks to everything, like every little hair, every little dust. And then like imagine if you have a pet here or like at your place and then your kneadable eraser drops. Oh, this is a nightmare. Yeah, it would just stick onto all the hairs, and I don't know, it's just a little bit gross for me. I like to keep my kneadable eraser nice and clean. Like I don't want any hair or anything on it. Yeah, it's just me. His lips is hard, kind of. Yeah. Anyway. I think I can focus on the detail a little bit more. I think this photo, I focus on the detail way too much than I'd like. Yeah. Let me just see. His nose is here. Cool. The hardest thing about this portrait is that his head is tilted. So like, and it's not tilted pronouncedly, it's just slightly tilted, you know? So that makes it really hard. But let me see, his hairline. Yeah, back to the hobby things. I just hop around hobbies a lot, and then like, I just really like trying new things, and then kind of get an understanding of it. Like after the shoe customization thing, I was really into pinstriping. I got like all the vinyl paint. I forgot what it's called, sorry. Like I got the paints called One Shot, and I got the paint thinner and everything, and yeah, I was you know, walking around the neighborhood to see if anyone is throwing away glass, because usually we pinstripers, they practice on glass. Yeah, it was just fun. There was a time I was really into surfing. Here in Toronto, you can't really surf, of course, but you can surf on the lake. So there is something called the Great Lake Surf. Usually if you had surfed on the lake, because the lake, it's it's a little bit rougher. Like it's not consistent waves like the ocean, so it's a little bit harder. And then once you get a hang of it, like surfing on the ocean, I guess it's easier. Yeah, that was really fun. Like I really like water sports, to be honest. I don't even know why I'm here in Toronto. Yeah, but I am seriously, maybe in the next couple years, seriously thinking of like, I guess moving. I don't know when is a good time. Obviously there's no perfect timing, but I think there's one day I would, wake up and come to a realization. It's like, oh, hey, I think I'm ready to like just go. A lot of the times when I make decisions, it's like it's been in the back of my head and stuff like that. I've been thinking about it, but I haven't like really made the move yet. If someone asks me like, what prompts you to make the move? Like, what's the what prompts you to make the move? I'm like, I don't know. It's just a feeling that it should be done. Yeah, and also like something that I don't really like about Toronto is like it's being gentrified a lot, and obviously a lot of places are being gentrified, and I don't really like that, to be honest. Like me personally, I really like community, I really like neighborhood vibes. And as for now, there's always new buildings, always new condos, and then like I don't know, it's just like pretty depressing for me. Although Toronto, it does have a lot of my friends here, like my community is here, my people are here. However, I think like it's not something that can keep me. As long as I know I have my people, no matter where I am in the world, or no matter where they are in the world, I'm fine, And also like I feel like Toronto is getting a little bit too small for me. Too small as in like whenever I meet a new friend or a new person, and then I'm like, oh, let's add each other's Instagram, and then we would always have a friend in common, and I kind of don't really like that in a way, because it just feels like you don't have your own privacy. Yeah, it's like the network is a little bit too tight. As the more people you know, for sure. Yep. There's a reason why I came to Canada, because, well, first, the Eastern, especially like Chinese, education system, it just doesn't really fit me. Like, their perspective doesn't fit mine, and I knew that when I was little. I just hated their. So what was I saying? Oh, and I also really don't like the fact that everyone's so connected. Like, people just grow up in the same area, same place for their whole life, and then they don't really go to somewhere new, or like whatever they do, or maybe like my best friend's ex-boyfriend or whatever is like a cousin of my ex, or I don't know, like just really complicated network. And I don't like that. So that's like a main reason why I came to Canada, because I don't like how deeply connected people are, and then to a point that you don't have any personal life. Because whatever you do, there's always someone that knows, So I don't like that aspect of it. And then like when I came to Canada here, it's like I'm a total new person. Like, no one knew what I did before, and I can just like relive a whole nother life that, like, I can shape it the way I want it to, Like in China, I feel like, or like in Asia, probably in general, you have so many society, like social norms, and then you have to fit in the expectations of people and everything. I think if the whole environment is like that, it's really hard for you to do anything like for yourself or on your own. Yeah. So I think Toronto is getting a little bit too small for me. I'm not sure if I do move where I wanted to move. But we'll see. Maybe somewhere warm, somewhere that has the sea. Vancouver sounds nice, but like, it's expensive. So we'll think about that a little bit later. Okay, cool. This is done. I am going to darken his hair a little bit here and there. I'm actually pretty happy with this portrait. Oh, and also like I also reached out to some people downstairs, like at the coffee shop, the baristas or whatever, and I'm going to reach out for some regulars. And yeah, I'm gonna ask them if they're down for me to draw their portraits. Next week would probably be the last week that I'm offering free portraits to people. I feel like I have a decent practice of live portrait. I've already drew, I think 6 people already, and yeah, by the time of next week, it's probably like 15, and I feel like it's a decent practice. And yeah, let's see, let's make him a little bit shaded, this side. Ugh, the shading's not good. Oh, and I also saw the comments. Someone commented that the videos, or like that video specifically, I'm not too sure, I forgot, was deceptively entertaining. And then, yeah, when I saw that, I'm like laughing because honestly, I know if I do want to kind of package my videos well, like make a really good thumbnail and whatever, it can get more views, I guess. Like it will attract people a little bit more. But like for me, I don't know, that's just not my focus. My thumbnail is just random, whatever YouTube picks. I don't have the time for it, to be honest. I know it will like help me grow and boost my channel, but I'm like, nah. If whoever clicks on it and they like it, I'm like, good for them. You guys caught my vibe, and I'm like, yay. But then whoever did, I'm like, whatever, it's fine. Yeah. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying my videos, surprisingly. And yeah, like, I don't know if you guys are still interested in live portrait chats. If not, just another week will do. Yeah, next week will be my last week of interviewing, like, live portrait chats. Portrait chat. Anyway. "24 minutes, not too bad for this one." Yeah, usually my camera dies on around 30 minutes, so I just kind of have to keep track of it. Okie dokes, I think this is done. Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna write down today's date. Did I use this one? Today is the 31st, July the 24th. No, 31st July 2024. Nice. All right, thank you everyone for tuning in. I shall see you really soon because tonight I have another portrait drawing going on. And he is also an artist. I'm really excited to kind of interview or chat with him because he does some amazing stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.